Hello, Caesar here. Today we're going to continue working on this armature, this elephant armature. In the previous video, we got up to this point. Today we're going to work on creating the legs for this template here. I'll use this template to actually help me design and build the legs. As with the first armature I built, I utilized the existing legs that came with the true form armature, a horse piece for the quarter scale horse. And this one, however, instead of using these here, I'm going to go ahead and go straight with the aluminum wire. I'm not sure what gauge this is. It looks roughly about 1/8 of an inch in thickness. So for this here, we're going to go the full extension and build the bone around the actual wire, because if you notice, these come hollow in the center. For instance, you can remove them and this whole area is hollow. For the ones I'll be making, they'll be filled all the way through with the wire. For this, I recommend use some kind of latex gloves, disposable gloves, because you'll be mixing the Magic Sculpt, 2 parts, the hard and the resin. It's equal parts. We'll need our water, your wire, your cutters, and I'm going to use this to help me scoop up the Magic Sculpt from the tubs there. And first thing I want to do is take some measurements here. So this part is going to dig into the actual foam, the torso, the rib cage of the elephant. In this case, it'll be the pelvis area. So starting from here, this point here, I want to start measuring. I'll take care of that one there. Then we continue down. And we have this one. And then we takes a turn down here. I'm going to snip it here. So that's my first leg, and I'm just going to work on this leg, and from there we'll move on. I'm going to make a couple of marks in case I lose track as where I am at. From here to here, it'll be the first one. I'm going to leave a gap here because I don't want the 2 bones to fuse together. I want to be able to have them independently moving, so in case I need to adjust the leg. And right here, more or less where it takes a turn. Let's build on this one first. You create the bone first and embed the, well, let's do that. That's a good size here. That looks good. No, you don't have to do this. You go straight with the wire and start building the actual leg on it. If you're somewhat of a perfectionist, you probably want to just go ahead and build the actual bones. Then take our finger into the water and begin to smooth it out. This should be nice and cured within 24 hours, if not sooner. Later, before it actually dries up, you could actually take a little tool and just mark these here. And here I would mark R for rear right, so I know exactly where this one's going. So this one's going to go here, and again, they don't have to be exact because this whole area is going to be covered with clay. Okay, let's work on this one here. And if this area is too long, no issues. You just nip it off after. This time we'll place it over. Now the toes are interesting as far as the, I'm not sure if you want to call them, toes, I guess. The Asian elephant has 5 in the front and 4 in the rear. So I could take wire, wrap it around, and make individual toes with wire. Or I could build a solid mass to emulate all 4 toes. What do I want to do? Let's see. Doesn't really matter because you won't be able to see them. They'll be like this here, and the clay's going to come back and basically just cover everything. So let's just, boy, let me see. What do I want to do? I'll come back to that. But meanwhile, let's prep this. And now sculpting. When I was buying this here, I noticed that they have different colors. This happens to be their natural grayish color. They have black, they have white, and I think there's one other color. I can't recall what the color it was. Some tend to be a little more expensive than others because I guess there's a little more of a cost involved for certain pigments. Okay. Here. And what the hell is... Let's do it and see what happens. Later, before this thing completely dries, if it's making contact here, I'll just take my spatula knife and just create a mark like that, scribe it to do a separation. And I'm not too concerned with the actual thickness of the bone coming this way widthwise, because again, the whole thing's gonna be covered with clay. Okay, this will be the first one. I'm gonna set it down, and I think I'm gonna place it over cellophane, so in case it hardens and it gets adheres too much to the plastic, at least the cellophane, it'll give and won't create too much of an issue as far as just sticking to the surface. I'm using this, what do they call it, zip safe plastic food wrap. This crap here. Now I guess you call it cellophane, or I'm not sure what other names it has. But anyhow, just place it here. I should have just placed this on the template and work from there. Okay, that looks good. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, same thing. Anticipate how much wire we need to actually get embedded into the pelvis bone that's on the armature. From here, there's the first section, then right here and there. So let's snip it there. Okay. And right there, we could actually use the same section here, because it's going to be the same symmetrical, one side and the other side. So let's go ahead and use that. Because keep in mind, when you're looking at a 2D drawing, technically the foreground tends to be larger than the background, but here for this drawing photo, they, for obvious reasons, they seem to have to make them the same size. So let's do that one there. Okay, I have both rear legs completed now, here and here, and I'll use the sculpting knife to create my separation here. And every so many hours I'll come back and revisit to make sure it didn't make contact and fuse together, because once this dries up, it's sometimes a little difficult to separate. And Bigfoot over here to say which one's correct. That's good size there. Here's Bigfoot. Just make him shorter. Okay, right there. We can do the same thing here. Take our spool and anticipate how much it's going to dig into the rib cage, the foam. And from here, normally it comes out of this point here. Well, let's just leave it like that for now. So here to here to here and there. Okay, for this here we got the wire laid out, and we're going to put this blade in, the shoulder blade, right about, let me see, you can see it's outlined this way, so let's do this first. Let's just plop this in. And pinch the magic sculpt to embed it. Okay, we're going to move on to this bone. Let me make some more, I don't have enough. Okay. Should be enough for this here. Okay, I'm going to make one more batch for this section here. Then I'll smooth it out with water, flip it, and do the same to the other side. Okay. Let's form this. Okay, something like this. Now let's take our water and smooth this out. I find myself whispering like if I'm in the library or something. Don't know why I whisper here. No one else here. Okay, let's flip this. It doesn't have to be right dead center of the wire where the bone is located. Once this magic sculpt dries up, it's a pretty tough beast. I'm gonna use this stuff to create the tusk for the elephants. Making a tusk out of just clay and wire doesn't work because it'll constantly be bending, and you have to constantly be revisiting your tusk to correct all these errors. So once you make them out of this stuff here, they'll stay put. I did a demo already once, and I was trying to see how far I could get away with. Once it dries, to bend it, you can't bend it. It'll snap on you. But and again, take your tool, make sure you have separation like this here. Otherwise, it'll fuse together, and once you get ready to pose your legs, it's going to be a little difficult. You might end up cracking what you created. Prior to calling it quits here, my last step is I'm going to revisit every leg and ensure that I have separation in the clays. The sections aren't touching. Otherwise, like I said, once it dries, it'll adhere pretty well. Okay. It's pretty good. Actually, if you cover it, it doesn't matter. It's still going to dry since your two parts are mixed. Okay, I laid them all down on the cellophane plastic there, and I'm working on my last section here. Here, this is bird's eye view. This is what it should look like, more or less. Something like that. So it's going to go here. But let's start putting this together now. So the first part, let's embed this. And here. So let's pinch the clay together. It was clay. Actually resin out of clay. I wonder if it's considered a clay. Probably not. It reminds me of making a pizza. When you make the pizza skin, you have a hole, you pinch it together to close up the holes. Okay, and this part here, I'm just going to insert it this way. let it do for now. Now we take our water and let's start to smooth it out and blending it. And again, it doesn't have to look perfect. Later on, you'll see how I use foil paper to fill up cavities to kind of lighten the sculpture and allow me to utilize less clay. Clay is expensive. It's over the years getting a little pricey. And I think for this project we'll be using monster clay. I have other clay, the Chevant hard. And that'll take me too long to finish the sculpture since that hard clay is, you gotta battle with it. Okay, let's flip this. Again, take your spatula knife and create some separation. Okay, here I can wrap this up. And that's basically it. Hopefully tomorrow we could revisit this here and move on to the next section. Ladies to the side so they could cure. Thank you for viewing. If you enjoy this tutorial, this step-by-step on how to sculpt or whatever, feel free to subscribe and also like the video. Thank you for watching. Until next time.